Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, man, we got a very interesting idea right here. This is every NBA team's best five-man lineup this season. So I want you guys to do is go to the comment section below, tell me your favorite NBA team, and predict what you think your best five-man lineup is. And as we go through this video, we are going to see if you guys are correct. Just because, best players don't always mean best lineup. Like sometimes, you're going to have some role players out there that just fit better because they're more specialists or, feel like a certain need for that team. You know what I'm saying? So for the Pistons, I would probably have to say, I'm going to assume it's post-trade deadline, so I'm not going to like Derrick Rose or Blake Griffin in there. I'm going to say probably Killian Hayes. And I have him over Corey Joseph just because of like the defense stuff. Although Corey Joseph has been really nice at times. I want to say, Killian Hayes, Josh Jackson, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant. And I'm going to say, man, I want to put Isaiah Stewart over there, but Isaiah Stewart's been really good as of late. But, Mason Plumlee's been, like, more consistent, I guess, like, over the season. So I'm going to say Mason Plumlee at the 5 for, like, the Pistons' ideal five-man lineup. But that could be, a poor take. I'm mainly saying that just because, like, Mason Plumlee was, like, passing and stuff like that. But I would prefer to have Isaiah Stewart out there. So we'll see if I was correct as we go through this, man. So here we go. Let's get going on. We have the Atlanta Hawks. So their ideal 5 is going to be Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, Tony Snell, Gallinari, and Clint Capella. One guy you don't really see there is John Collins, man. So, it's going to come down. I wonder if they're going to end up giving him his money or not this offseason. Because, like, Gallinari, can, like, stretch the floor and stuff like that. Not saying John Collins can't, but John Collins is more of, like, a I want the ball guy. And when the ball's in his hands, it means it's not in Trae Young's hands. So this is, shooters. You got the rebounder / lob catcher and Clint Capella. It makes sense to me why this is the best one. Next up, we have the Boston Celtics. It'll be Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Grant Williams, and Tristan Thompson. Okay, a little surprised by this one. I think the obvious surprise here is that there's no Kemba Walker. And I mean, like we've been saying for a long time now, that like Kemba just doesn't really seem like the greatest fit for the Boston Celtics. Like based off their scoring and stuff like that, like the guys they already have on the team. But Grant Williams, Tristan Thompson, that really surprised me, man. Just because like I would have thought like Robert Williams would have been in there. Maybe you could have had Jason at the 4th spot, but that is their best lineup. Okay, moving on. We have the Brooklyn Nets. This is going to be James Harden, Tyler Johnson, Joe Harris, Jeff Green, and Nicholas Claxton. This is insane. That is their best lineup? Possessions played 60, adjusted net rating 31. So basically just like James Harden hero ball, which is just crazy to think about because like that just means like James Harden, he still has what it takes to be like that guy in Houston. But just like the way he can like adapt his game and be that guy with this lineup, or he could be Mr. like lead NBA and assist type of guy. This is crazy. Okay. I'm just gonna move on, man. No Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, although those 3 guys have not really all played together that much anyway, right? Next up, we got the Charlotte Hornets. Devontae Graham, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington. Yeah, that's fair. Definitely goes to show the NBA adjustment to like small ball because like PJ Washington at the center spot just kind of like sounds like a bad idea, but for spacing reasons, definitely makes sense. Good, I like that line. Oh wait, no LaMelo Ball though. Okay, no LaMelo Ball. Next up we have the Chicago Bulls with Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Troy Brown, Lauri Markkanen, and Daniel Tice over Nikola Vucevic, man. So was Tice the big time pickup for them in the NBA trade deadline? Appears so based off this. I would think maybe Daniel Tice at the 4th spot with Vucevic at the 5, but there we go. Very surprising not having Vucevic on there. Next up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers, Colin Sexton, Lamar Stevens, Dylan Windler, Jetty Osman, and Jarrett Allen. Okay, that is a very unappealing picture, by the way. Next up, we got the Dallas Mavericks. We have Jalen Brunson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Luka Doncic, Dorian Finney, and Willie Cauley-Stein. Once again, noticing, man, no Kristaps Porzingis out there. So it sounds like maybe, once again, like, it, and that's why, like, I feel like analytics are definitely important in basketball and everything. Don't get me wrong. But this just, like, goes to show, like, how analytically good it can be to have, like, one of those guys that you just give the ball to and he literally does everything. I said, obviously, James Harden when he was on the Houston Rockets, now with the Brooklyn Nets doing it, that was their ideal lineup. I'm going to be very surprised maybe if like Russell Westbrook on the Washington Wizards, that Bradley Beal is going to be in that lineup, or if it's better just with Russell Westbrook. So, going to kind of keep an eye on that. But seems like superstar player and role players is the way to go. Next up, we got the Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray, Will Barton, PJ Dozier, Michael Porter, and Nikola Jokic. Solid lineup, okay. No, nothing too surprising about that one. Next up, we got the Detroit Pistons, man. So who I said Killian, Jackson, Sadiq, Jeremy, and I said Mason. Well, I already see Stewart's face, though, so it's going to be Stewart. And I said maybe Stewart, though, man. I'm going to be mad about it. So we got Saban Lee, Sadiq Bey, Josh Jackson, Jeremy Grant, and Isaiah Stewart. You know, I'm not even mad about that, bro. Saban Lee's been very nice for the team at times there. So they do got the Sadiq, Josh, Jeremy, so I was right about that. And listen, I was basing more off of, like, longevity of how Mason Plumlee's been for the Pistons. By Isaiah Stewart, this man's been killing it, you know, as of late. So no surprises by this one, man. You know, Saban Lee's been very nice, too. I feel like, you know, Killian probably would have got that spot if he's been playing a few more games. Okay, next up we got the Golden State Warriors. We got Steph Curry, Kent Bazemore, Kelly Oubre, Draymond Green, James Wiseman. I mean, this could pretty much just say Steph Curry, and you'd be good to go. Dude's been averaging like 40 points a game or whatever. We got the Houston Rockets now with John Wall, Kevin Porter, Deshaunte, Christian Wood, and Kelly Olynyk, which I believe is the lineup they run any right now. So that means the coach is doing a great job of getting the right starting five out there. Yeah, despite their record, like, that Rockets team's kind of interesting, man. Like, Kelly Olynyk has been killing it. And, yeah, I like the Rockets' future, especially, you know, maybe if they replace John Wall with, like, a future of, like, y'all can have Jalen Suggs. We're taking Cade in Detroit. Next up, we got the Indiana Pacers. TJ, Aaron Holiday, Justin Holiday, Duncan McBuckets, and Goga. This is by far the most surprising one. You don't see All-Star Domantas Sabonis, which I think the issue with that is that the coach doesn't really, like, fit Sabonis' style of play. And then, you know, Miles Turner, like, I feel like Miles Turner would have been up in here, though, at least. But, yeah, that's just like that's like TJ McConnell and a whole bunch of dudes out there, bro, playing some basketball. Alrighty. Next up, we got the LA Clippers. Reggie Jackson, Nicholas Batum, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Serge Ibaka. Clearly a mistype right here. That they don't have, you know, Luke Kennard on here, man. But, you know, we all make mistakes. I made a few mistakes, you know, grammatical errors and stuff like that in my papers in high school, my articles and stuff like that, bro. So, you know, it's all good. Next up, we got the LA Lakers with LeBron, Caruso, Wesley, Markieff Morris, Montrezl Harrell. So you do not see Anthony Davis on here, which is kind of interesting to think about. But, you know, once again, it's LeBron James and just like a whole bunch of really like solid role players that, you know, like don't need that ball to dominate, but, you know, LeBron's going to find you. So once again, that prevails. Okay, we got the Memphis Grizzlies, Tyus Jones, DeAnthony Melton, Desmond Bane, Brandon Clark, Xavier Tillman. Wow, no Ja Morant. I don't really know how to think about that. Yeah, this is like their bench unit right here, man. So that's you know, that's not like a bad thing either. Like that's pretty much saying like, hey, like your guys' bench, like it just works. You need a strong bench in the NBA. So definitely keep a look at the Memphis Grizzlies. You know, a couple upcoming seasons is like having like the best bench in the NBA. Next up, we got the Miami Heat with Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Trevor Ariza, Bam Adebayo. So pretty much like the ideal lineup that got them to the NBA Finals, with the exception of Tyler Hero over Goran Dragic. But Tyler Hero was a big part of that run too, so no surprise there. Then Trevor Ariza, very similar type of player like what Jay Crowder was, so it makes sense that this team did well. Okay. Milwaukee Bucks, Drew Holiday, Dante, Pat, Chris, and Giannis. So no Brook Lopez out there. Definitely more of a it's not a small ball lineup because Giannis is not a small ass player, but you know, the whole like Giannis at center thing, I guess, is the best way to say it. So it sounds like, you know, Giannis at center might definitely be the way to go. They should definitely do that more going forward. Okay, next up we got the T-Wolves right here. We got Ricky Rubio, Malik Beasley, Anthony Edwards, Jared Vanderbilt, and Karl Anthony Towns. Not seeing no D'Lo, but I don't think that he's played enough games with this team yet, or like with Karl Anthony Towns quite yet to really have him in the lineup. So some great defense, by the way, there, Cat. That's really good stuff there, man. Okay. Shout out to Jared Vanderbilt, too, for being in the lineup. Okay. Next up, we got the New Orleans Pelicans. So this is going to be Kira Lewis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Josh Hart, Zion Williamson, and Jackson Hayes. This one is a bit surprising. I thought maybe like a small ball Zion Williamson thing at center would have kind of been ideal, but they have him alongside athletic center and Jackson Hayes, and I'm definitely a little surprised by this one, but good for them on making it work. Okay, next we got the New York Knicks, D. Rose, Quickly, Alec Burks, Obi Toppin, and Taj Gibson. First thing we see here is no Julius Randle. So Julius Randle definitely taking away my prediction of just like having like that main superstar dude. Man, I call Julius Randle a superstar, bro. I ain't taking it back either, man. But no, this is just like Dudes, okay, balling out together. Okay, nice. We got the OKC Thunder with Theo Maldon, LeGuens Dort, Alexej Pokashevsky, Isaiah Roby, and Moses Brown. Do not have much to say about them. I really like Moses Brown, though. It looks like he's going to be a really good center for years to come. Orlando Magic, we got Michael Carter, Terrence Ross, James Ennis, Chuma Okeke, and Wendell Carter. Yeah, no big surprise here either. Next up, 76ers, Ben Simmons, Shake Milton, Seth Curry, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. Yep, you have Ben Simmons out there. You surround with shooters. Joel's been like 40% from three this season, playing like MVP. It makes sense why this lineup is working, and not only from an offensive standpoint, but also like defensive standpoint. So mainly defense, I should say. Next up, we got the Phoenix Suns with Cam Payne, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and Dario Saric. Ugh. Okay. I am so surprised that like the best five-man starting five this season does not have Chris Paul. I don't know what to really think about that, man. But no CP3 in it, or also no DeAndre Ayton, who might be like a bit of a slower center, so maybe like slowing things down and stuff. So that's crazy. Okay. Portland Trailblazers. We got Dame Dollar, CJ McCollum, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, and Nurkic. Good lineup. No complaints about that. Sacramento Kings. We have De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Marvin Bagley, and Rashawn Holmes. So shout out to Marvin Bagley for being on here. Hopefully, I really hope Marvin Bagley gets good and healthy and everything, man. Okay, we got the Spurs with Dejounte Murray, Patty Mills, Devin Vessel, Rudy Gay, and Jakob Poeltl. All right. Toronto Raptors, Malachi Flynn, Gary Trent, OG Pascal, and Chris Boucher. So no Fred VanVleet or Kyle Lowry on this one for whatever reason. Although Malachi Flynn's been really nice for them, man. Like, if they do move on from Kyle Lowry this offseason, you'll start Fred VanVleet at point guard. You got Malachi Flynn as a backup. They're in a really good play. Like, Malachi could literally be like that new like Fred VanVleet for them, kind of. Okay, we got the Utah Jazz. Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Royce O'Neal, Joe Ingles, and Rudy Gobert. Yeah, I mean, they've been killing it in the Western Conference. And you just look at this lineup. It's just like, this is like a good constructed team, man. You got like the leadership with Mike Conley. You have like the young budding like superstar with Donovan Mitchell, not Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal, shout out to you though, man. You're a good player. Joe Ingles, it does a little bit of everything. Rudy Gobert for the defense. It's a good lineup, man. And then we got the Washington Wizards, and this is going to have Russell Westbrook. This is actually going to have Bradley Beal in it, which it definitely should. Isaac Bonga, Denny Avila, and Thomas Bryant. Okay, so definitely some big surprises here. But overall, man, very interesting. You'll just kind of look at this and kind of like see like what's our favorite teams, like best five. So let me know in the comment section below. Were you correct with yours? Or if you don't want to comment, that's also fine too, man. But thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace out, my friends.